So I'm going to be talking about the electric guitar, discussing its history, its creation and development, and the significance it's had upon the music industry. Now, the guitar itself is a fretted musical instrument, which usually has 6 strings and is usually made from wood. It's played using 2 hands, one hand being used to apply pressure to the strings, pressing them against the fretboard, which would create the pitch for the sound, and the other hand being used to strike the strings in either a plucking or a fret in a strumming motion, which would cause them to vibrate, and that'll give the tone and the volume to the sound. Now, with an acoustic or classical guitar, the vibrations resonate through the hollow body, and these are amplified through the sound hole, which gives the guitar its tone and its volume. Whereas with an electric guitar, vibrations are received by the pickups, which convert the vibration into an electrical signal, which is outputted to an external amplifier, giving the guitar its volume and amplifies sound, and can also be used to manipulate the tone of the guitar. Now, the first mass-produced electric guitar was the Rickenbacker Electro A22, which was nicknamed the frying pan because of its circular shape and its long neck. It was created by George Beecham in 1931 and featured electromagnetic pickup, which had 2 U-shaped magnets with a single coil, and it also had a solid aluminium body, with the intention being to reduce some of the unwanted acoustic properties of the sound, like excessive feedback, which would be present in a resonant hollow body. Now, this guitar is significant because it was the first guitar to be created in that way and to have a good sound. There wasn't any of the feedback, so the sound wouldn't get muddy, and it had a unique tone at the time because it was being able to be played louder and more aggressively than any acoustic guitar ever could. Also showed just how the pickup technology could be implemented into a guitar, and it inspired arguably every guitar that followed it beyond that. Now, the next truly notable electric guitar was Les Paul's log guitar, which was created by Paul around 1940, and it's recognised as the first solid body electric guitar. Where the frying pan was innovative in the technology it used, the log was innovative in its tone and design. With his intentions were to create an amplified electric guitar, and whilst using a solid body of wood in order to maximise the sustain, while also removing some of the unwanted feedback from the resonant bodies I've discussed earlier. The guitar itself was created from a 4x4 slab of pine, which he fitted homemade pickup and a homemade tremolo onto. He also, for aesthetic, he cut an Epiphone guitar in half and attached each half to either side of the log in order to create wings, so he wouldn't look weird on stage. Now, this guitar is also significant because whilst a lot of the features and design, things that he used, whilst it would be common practice now, and we can look back and see them as almost primitive, they were revolutionary at the time, and it was innovative in the way that the sound was created from the instrument, and it allowed a new exploration of tones and playing techniques even that would go on to form the basis of modern music. Now, it's a couple of years later, in the 1950s, where the 2 arguably most recognisable guitars were created, that being the Gibson Les Paul in 1952, which was designed by Les Paul, and the Fender Stratocaster in 1954, which was designed by Leo Fender, amongst a few others. Now, these guitars expanded on the earlier ideas of the frying pan and the lug, however, improved them in every way, really. Like, they had a sleeker design, you know, they had warmer, more crisp tones, everything was cleaner, and they had newer hardware. I've included some photos of some of the notable players of these instruments with the Fender players and some of the Gibson players as well. However, the list of recognisable players is nearly endless. Like, and that's because like the versatility of these guitars means they can be played in any style and in any way. And while in the future, you know, there'd be more outlandish designs and more specialist instruments created for specific genres and even specific people, these two guitars still are some of the most iconic ever created. Now, electric guitar is normally synonymous with rock and heavy metal music. Genres are known for their consistent use of the electric guitars, and the songs in the genres featured them as a focus point. Like, they build their songs around them. Generally have their lead and rhythm sections, you know, and they have their opening riffs and their main lead licks, and these are accompanied by chords from the rhythm guitars as well. And that creates the basis or the heart of those style songs. Now, it's not to say that the electric guitar hasn't been a key staple in other forms of music. For example, like country, reggae, blues, soul, and, you know, many more. And they use the guitar in their own way, in their own style. Like with country, using more brighter, you know, twangy sort of sounds for their lead licks, whereas reggae it's more stabbing, so they don't need to be as bright with their tones. They have a warmer sort of tone to it. And I think it just goes to show how versatile the instrument is. You know, being able to do anything with it opens up the sound in a lot of ways, so you can have more creative freedom with it. And that's what's important about it. Like, it gives people the opportunity to explore sound and create new things, whereas something like a piano, for example, is only really going to sound one sort of way. Now, ultimately, it's difficult to deny that the electric guitar is one of the most important musical creations ever. The key word, and I've said it a few times, is versatility. You know, you have options with the electric guitar, which is important, and it can create new genres. Even by changing the tone of one section of electric guitar can make a completely different genre, completely different sound. And I think it is a big factor in why we do have some of the most popular music styles that we hear today. Ultimately, it has changed the industry since it was created, and it would be difficult to think of a world without the electric guitar.